fine, but that all work. And now we're down to 4 minutes. And on the scalloping, which is in the internal of the sculpted area, I already increased the feed rates, but on this one, I already did the 10,000 step over. So it's going to be a matter of how the finish looks at that point. But total machining time is 21:33. So we're always trying to look at those because these could be more time consuming. We're also using trace. We're using in the chamfering mode. So in here, and this is also going to become important in the Titan 10M. So trace, and with the chamfer turned on, 0, and make sure you get the left compensation on that. All right. Now we can go to operation 2 and use the reset new stock setting on here. So we go up here from preceding, hit OK, and yes. I think we're still having a regeneration problem. So let me go back to an older way of doing it, which would be simulate, go to the end, let it generate. This takes a second. Now that I turned all these things down, I didn't have to be as accurate. And almost done. When I see the holes, I know I'm at the end. Okay. So in here, I'm going to do save stock. And it's going to save it as an STL file. I'm just going to put it on my desktop for now. Hit save. Close. And I'm going to go to the design side. And let me turn off these soft draws, right? I'm going to insert mesh right here. And I'm going to go get that material, stock, right there, stock, and I'm going to open it up. And notice it's exactly the same shape. I'm importing it as inch, but let me shut it off because sometimes we have a problem with that. See how it's shrunk? So if we're working in inch, you got to import it as millimeters so it matches the size. Let me make sure I am doing this correctly. Let me try this again. Insert mesh, stock, open. There it is, and that looks like the right size. I'm going to hit OK, and we turn the body on and off. So that is now, let's see now. Oh, body 1 is, let's shut the stock off. Yeah, see how it's reduced size? So that's the problem with that. It's not scaling correctly. I'm going to delete that one. Body, I'm going to just double click to zoom it up again. Insert mesh. Get to stock again. Hit open. And now if I turn this off, I notice how small that is. So I'm going to go to millimeter. Hit OK. And now turn on the stock. So that's actually, I don't think it's doing it correctly. Hold on. Okay, I finally got it to come in right. So this is the original. This is what was machined. If I turn the body away, this is a STL, a stereolithography file of what is remaining. I'll turn everything back on. I'll go back to manufacture. I'm going to go to operation 2 with the jaws, and notice it's exactly what it would look like. So I'm going to use that as my stock. Edit stock, and instead of the preceding, I'm going to use from solid. Actually, I can just select that, or go in here and select the stock. All right, so that's identified that as our material exactly. I'm going to turn on operation 1 and shrink all these up. I'm going to regenerate this one. Make sure this comes out correct. All right. Now I can actually turn that off, because this is going to be our material. Yep, looks correct. Crank that up. And we go simulate, right? All right, we're on, let's see now, close. Operation 2 is selected. And now we can hit play. Hopefully. Close. Try it again. We just go one move at a time. There we go. All right, first cut. Oh, that does not have multi. And we're set to the wrong location. Oh, I'm glad this, right? Let me shut off that material there. And our 0 wants to be right on the top of this surface. So I'm going to redo my setup here. Edit to setup. Turn that stock model off. And I want to select model box point. You got to be model aligned on second operation. And I'm trying to move it from here to there. If that won't work, I'll use model origin. There we go. Now it's totally aligned. That coordinate. Okay, I'm going to regenerate. Regenerate. Turn off that STL file. And go to, I just want to edit this operation. It knows which is which. So I'm going to unselect and select the model underneath, which would be this. And hit OK. Okay, now we're all done. I'm going to regenerate. Takes a second, and then we're going to machine. So it's simulate. Right? There we go. There's our little blue hat on there. And press play. And it was our tools. There it is. All right. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. There we go. Cutting its way down. And we're going to chamfer, and I've actually added engraving right there. Okay. Let me turn on the, let's see, view model. I'm actually going to go into setup and turn on this to JAWS. With simulation, I'm going to pick this jaw and that jaw. I'm going to make them visible in it. Okay. Now they're going to be part of the simulation process. And on simulate this time, I'm going to turn on stop on collision. So in case we come close to the jaws, it'll stop. All right. Press play. All right, all looks good. This is exactly what's going to happen. So even the model of these jaws, you can change how that looks. Kind of like it to look like original. So right there, these are our real setup. And notice right here, not touching here. We're only sitting on that surface. Close. Okay, that pretty much wraps it up for this one. This took a little while, but we learned some stuff. We got the active sync view setup. In Operation 2, how to make the jaws, which we projected a profile. We had to do these little steps in here manually. Where do we put these surfaces? And we just made sure this was below and not touching. We literally have the part in there. We can see that a lot better. And we got to know the space to put in between there. So you either simulate the space or measure in between and put a bar or something in between the clamp when you go to machine soft draws. Okay, I'll talk to you all later. Bye.